Hey guys, in this video I'll walk you through how to complete and submit challenge 3. If you haven't forked this repo already, please do so, and after that, let's get going. So in challenge 3 we have to interact with the deployed contract on the zkEVM. We have two options. We can either interact with this contract here, which is a very simple contract to store and update usernames on the blockchain, or we can also interact with a contract that you should have deployed on the second challenge. Let's go for this one. Let's go to our fork. I'm going to clone this. I have already written the solution for this challenge. In order to interact with any contract on an EVM chain, you're going to need three things. So we need a provider. In this case, we are using Ethers. So we are creating a new provider and parsing the zkEVM JSON RPC URL. We need a contract address. In this case, you can go to the documentation here and see the contract was deployed here on the zkEVM. So you can just copy that contract address. And we also need an ABI. As you can see here, this contract was verified, so you can just get the contract ABI from here. After that, it's very simple. You just create a new contract, you just parse the contract address, ABI, and provider as arguments to this function. You can see here we have three async functions. The getCurrentSubmission function is just calling the getCurrentSubmission function on our smart contract. This function here is responsible for submitting a username and recording it in the contract. As you can see here, we are connecting to the contract and then submitting the username. You can see in the main function, we are getting the provider, the contract from the init function. Then we're just getting the submission before we updated the contract and logging it to the console. After that, we are getting our private key, creating a new wallet by parsing a private key and the provider, just defining our username, and as you can see here, we're calling the submit username function by parsing as an argument contract, the signer, and then our username. We're going to log the new username we just submitted and the transaction hash, so we can check that actually happened on the blockchain. So let's go to the shell to verify this actually happens. All we have to do is run the node ether.js command, and let's see what's the output. As you can see, the previous username was zkEVM. We're updating the username on the blockchain, and we can see it was just submitted at this transaction hash, and we can see it actually updated. So let's check this on the block explorer. Let's copy this, search for this transaction hash, and as we can see, it was confirmed. We interacted with the zkThon contract from my address, and as we can see, we just updated the username variable to our username. So yeah, this was pretty simple. Now, in order to actually submit your challenge, we have to do two things. First, copy your code and create a file called solution-3.md, paste it here, go to your terminal, run the git add command to add the new files, commit it, and you just have to push. After that, go to your GitHub fork and open a pull request. This will make sure the team can actually review it. And that's it, guys. This was pretty simple. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you start building some contracts and interacting with the zkEVM chain.